let's get right into it, you guys. Okay, so we're going to be using this yarn. I will have the weight. You can use worsted weight 4 medium yarn. That's what I did for these two. This one is slightly, you can see the size difference. This one is slightly smaller because I use this weight. So I'll have it on the screen once I figure it out, because this was thrift yarn, so I'm not quite sure what the weight difference is. Either way, you can use weight 4 medium yarn. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and be using. And then 2 keychains. I bought these in bulk because I do make keychains, and I just decided, like, I literally was just making this pattern on a whim right off the top of my dome. And I have a ton of these, and I already have so many different kinds of keychains. I was like, you know what else can I use these for? So I went ahead and incorporated them into some earrings. So 2 key rings. Of course, you want your earring pieces, and then I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook. Of course, you'll want your scissors, and let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So you're going to start by making a slip knot. Okay, we're going to start with 1 key ring. You're going to pull that slip knot through the key ring and chain 1 so that now it's attached. And I like to tie the working yarn with the tail just for added security. Chain 1, and you're going to make 16 single crochets on the key ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should fill up the whole key ring. If you do use worsted 4 medium weight yarn, you might only need to do 12. I didn't write these patterns. Usually I just create patterns off the top of my head, and then when I go back to try to make the pattern, I'll make as I write. So I don't have any written patterns yet, but you really just need enough to fill up the space without overfilling it. Okay, so 16 for a smaller weight works. If you're using worsted 4, you might only need 12 single crochets on the key ring. So I just want to make that clear. So once you have 16, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch in the first single crochet. Okay, now I do want to note something else. I made these about 2 weeks ago, so they were fresh in my mind when I made all these in the same day, but I kind of did things differently when I tried to remember how to make it today before I'm doing this tutorial. So this tutorial, the petals will be slightly different just because I like this version better. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch in that same space. Single crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, make a chain of 3. Go ahead and slip stitch in that same space. Kind of looks like cat ears. And continue this in each space in the round. So single crochet in the next space, chain 3, slip stitch in that same space, single crochet in the next, chain 3, slip stitch in that same space. So repeat this until you make it all the way back where we started. So while we're on the topic of it being different, you can see they're very similar, but not quite the same petals. And I just want to show you what the difference is. So I'm doing the same chain 3, but instead of slip stitching in this bottom stitch, I'm slip stitching right through these 2 petals. That's in these 2 petals. That's the difference. So if I were to slip stitch, you can see it's going to look more like these. So if you want this exact style, then that's where you'll be slip stitching after your chain 3 in each space. You'll slip stitch through these 2 and then continue on. But if you want this style, then you'll just go ahead and slip stitch at the bottom. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you shouldn't even be able to notice there's a key ring. It's all for show now. So now we're going to clip off a good sized tail. Pull through. Okay. So let's go ahead and weave in the ends. So let's start with the smaller one first. You can just make a knot. Attach your tapestry needle. And just kind of weave it in. Cut. Okay. Okay. So we're going to insert it. Through the side of that first one. Now they're both attached. And then we're going to put it through the middle. Okay. And then, so this is the back side. This is the front side. And then we're going to bring it through the top of that petal. And same motion as all the other rings, we're going to bring it through the right side first. Pull through, wrap it around the back. Again through the right side. Now it's attached. And I like to go right through the middle again. Just like that. Okay. And then just knot it. Double knot it. And then you can just kind of weave it in to hide the tail. And clip. And there you have it. Now just repeat all those steps for a second one. And you have 2 beautiful wreath earrings. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to day 4 of this earring series. I hope you guys enjoy this super easy, super quick earring tutorial. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, it'll help your girl out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I have lots of more goodies coming soon. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 5. Peace.